Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Miss Mo's Vegan Kitchen. I'm in a different spot today because the sun is up and it's only 7:30. Listen, folks, I like trying to beat the sun, but she's getting up earlier and earlier, and yeah, I'm gonna have to figure this out. I don't like closing my blinds on that side. I like seeing outside, but we'll see. I'm all congested again. What is going on? Today I'm having an apple, an orange, and some fried tofu with ketchup. How are you today? Happy Tuesday. Oy. So, I'm trying to figure out what's giving me the congestion. Wow, I have a very much glow around me today. Aside from the regular dust and everything, because that's normal, and it being the time of year where everything is waking up, I think it might be sugar. Is this a possible reaction to eating sugar? Because yesterday, I wasn't as bad. I was still a little bit congested, but I wasn't as bad. But I mean, I eat something sugary almost every day. Let's be real. And last night, my coworker and I ended up going to Dollarama. I brought a fork, but I wasn't going to use it because of the noise. She was making lasagnas, so she went and got the trays and foil and a couple of other things that she needed. And I bought Bad Monkey popcorn. It's over there, and I don't feel like going to get it. So, it's all good. I feel like I should have a warning at the beginning of my videos in case people don't like when you blow your nose, because that's just part of me. So, I bought a popcorn called Chicago Mix. Never heard of it before. I'm going to try to keep moving to at least be able to see me. Oh my gosh. Whatever. So it's cheesy popcorn, vegan cheese. It's all vegan. Bad Monkey, every single flavor that they make is vegan. Mixed with cheesy popcorn in the same bag. I'm like, ew. I'm not one to ew a lot of foods, but the two of those didn't sound good to me. My coworker's like, yeah, it's good. I'm like, okay. It is good. But it's one of those flavors that has to, or the Not one of those, two of those flavors combined that have to grow on you. The first mouthful, I was like, I don't know about this. I made sure that I had a piece of each one, and I was conflicted. But anyway, it's good. I ended up eating maybe like a cup and a half of popcorn. Cheers, Grace. And then I bought some vegan gummies, the Dare plant-based ones. They're like Swedish berries, kind of. They're so good. And I had some of those. And crisp apple, by the way. So I'm really not sure if going sugar-free would solve this mucusy grossness that I deal with every day. I think I talked about the fact that I did a juice feast before. I did one meal a day for months, like I want to say 8 or 9 months, where I replaced one meal a day with the juice. About a liter of juice. And I would mix up whatever I put in it every day. Fruits and vegetables. And leafy greens. Yes, that's a vegetable, but it's like extra when it comes to juicing. And I've tried putting ginger in it. I don't really like it with ginger in it. I don't know. To each their own. And then we went to Shoppers Drug Mart. The Shoppers Drug Mart at Young and Dundas is massive. It's 3 floors. I've only ever been in there once. When I was trying to deliver my modem. That's a whole nother story. My friend ended up delivering it, my coworker. Oh my God. I'm going to be so sad when Caras aren't available again. I'm surprised that they're still available now. You used to only be able to get them kind of close to Christmas. But I'll take them. So she got the rest of her stuff for her lasagna. We're cashing out, and we hear this screaming. I'm like, oh. Not again. I'm telling you, there's something every single day downtown. Every single day. So people start running. Someone's caught shoplifting. The elevator in there is so creepy. It's going up one floor or down one floor. And when we went there, she's like, let's push the button. I'm like, okay. We're waiting. And she's like, why is it taking so long? I'm like, I don't know. Don't ask me. Anyway, it finally comes, and it's this rickety old elevator. And it went so slow. So she didn't end up taking it back downstairs. It was funny. She went down the stairs. I went down the elevator. She's from Iran. I love listening to a person talk in their native tongue. I think it is the most beautiful sound on the planet. The way that when English speakers learn another language, we don't have the roll of the tongue or like the certain fluctuations in the voices. We are speaking their language, but with an English accent, if that makes any sense. So it would be like my mom talking French. It was so beautiful to listen to her talk French. Oh my gosh, I loved it so much. Anyway, so when she's from Iran, and she was taught English, but and British English at the same time, growing up in Iran. So she was trying to remember the name for elevator because you called it lift. And it was so cute when she said that. She's like, I've been trying to think of the name for the last 2 hours of the thing that you go up and down the floors in. And I'm like, what? And she said, it's lift. And I started laughing. I'm like, oh, elevator. She's like, yes. Because Axel's boyfriend, partner, I apologize, they're non-binary. They live in England, so they use the word lift, which is why I knew what she meant when I was talking to her last night. And we laughed. It's funny how even though it's English, it's 2 different words. Helicopter. So anyway, apparently the person got away with everything, and they had a great old night at Shopper Drug Mart last night. And then we walked back to the subway. We went to Dundas because we were right at Dundas. Shouldn't have. And there was a gentleman, I use that word loosely, without a mask on, who sneezed. Are you kidding me? That's gross at any time, but especially right now. Didn't cover or anything. Ugh. We were both like, okay, we're moving. We're kind of like, we're towards the front of the train, probably at about the 3rd or 4th door as it's opening. And so we walk all the way to the front this time. But as I've explained, that train, it's the whole thing. There's no separation in between the cars. So a person can literally walk from the back of the train to the front of the train with no problem. So we get on the train, and dude gets on, and frickin' ends up sitting right near us. I was sitting, my workmate was standing, and she noticed him come because I was talking to her and I didn't notice. Oh my god. I've only got 3 stops to go. I'm telling you. I just like days where there's no drama. But this is the life of a retail worker. Basically, of anybody who works downtown who takes the transit. I'm off today. I'm off today. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I don't know what I'm going to do, but part of that is having a nap. 100%. Hopefully a nice, enjoyable nap. I went to bed last night at a good time, around 10:30. Probably fell asleep around 11. And, Kevin has Charlie because they're testing our fire alarms today. And Charlie freaks out. So, for those of you who don't know, but if you've been watching my channel, you should know, Kevin is my ex. Excuse me, we share custody of the dog. And he's awesome. We're best friends. He's fabulous. And his girlfriend, they live together. They have a cat. Oh my gosh, so we're hoping that Charlie and the cat get along because this will be the first time that they actually have a sleepover. Yeah, so fingers crossed that that goes well. Because they just moved in together at the beginning of February. Was it the beginning of February? I guess so. Now I'm all confused as to why he hasn't had Charlie since February. Oh, maybe just because of Axel and I being sick. And then I think they were sick. We try not to give each other germs. Be real. So if one of us is sick, we just kind of off it until we feel better. So even though I'm congested, I'm not sick, if that makes any sense. It's just congestion, and it's driving me bonkers. Sheesh. I'm sick of it. Okay. Story time. So, I'm on this page on Facebook called Vintage Toronto, and somebody posted up a picture today of 2 young ladies standing outside of the school who were getting, I believe, suspended for wearing short skirts back in, I want to say the 60s. Anyway, the 2 young ladies are standing outside talking to the principal and whoever else, and one of them is smoking a cigarette. The irony. She's smoking a cigarette while getting suspended for wearing a short skirt. So, my part in this is that it's another funny bit of a story. I grew up a Catholic, recovering Catholic here, and I went to Catholic school. Ugh, that's a story in itself. And, my grade school wasn't uniform, but my high school was. I went to Notre Dame. There were still nuns when we went. Not as prevalent as it was earlier in the years because it was all run by nuns at the Notre Dame convent. But there was still Sister Rose, and I think she was the principal at that time, I'm pretty sure. And I can't remember the names of the other ones because she was the only one who had an impact on me because she was the one who did this all to me. Garbage truck. So we had a very strict uniform policy. And guess who wasn't impressed with that? As you know, I like to wear odd socks. You're not allowed to wear odd socks when you go to uniform school. That's cool. So I would find other ways to express my artistic oddness. So I would wear different colored nail polish. And they would try and say something to me about that. And I would always say, it's not in the policy. You can't say anything. My nails weren't excessively long or anything. They were actually probably pretty short because I was taking typing class. And I don't think I was doing instrument then. I was doing piano. I might have been in grade 9, so there you go. I hope that's not too loud. I have the window closed, but still. It's literally right out front of the window. I would wear different things in my hair. I would put different things on my backpack, like all different little types of things that you can do to try and express yourself, right? Anyway, I decided that I was going to challenge what the rules were as far as the uniform goes. Because it was pretty basic, okay? You had to wear, back then we had like a burgundy tartan skirt, kilt. And you had a choice between tights or socks, and they were like knee-highs. I hate knee-highs, so I always push them down. I can't stand knee-highs. I don't think you should ever wear high socks. Ever. In my case. I have fat-ass thighs, fat-ass legs, fat-ass calves. I have fat-ass everything. So, and that's reality. I'm not saying anything bad about my fat ass. Thank you very much. It's just me. So, and my videos are never put up that they're safe for children. So, I can swear all I want. Anyway, then you had to wear a white, like, blouse, I guess you could call it, or almost like a polo shirt. You could wear the burgundy cardigan, and then there was all kinds of things, like jacket and sweater, and at one point, we didn't even have pants. So in the dead ass of winter, we had to wear a goddamn kilt. I got splashed one time on my way to school. And I went to school like that. Frickin' drenched with mud from head to toe, basically. And I said, oh well, you get mad at me if I'm late for school, so I couldn't go back and change. Oh my gosh, sorry. So that day they tried to bring me to the office because there was like spare uniforms. And I said, you're not going to have one that fits me. I've been the same size since then, even still, right? So I was like a 22, 24. Of course they didn't have it. So I walked around all day with a dirty ass uniform. Who cares? Anyway, here's the funny part of the story. So my best friend Pam, she did not go to that school because she wasn't, she just didn't want to go there. Just put it that way. I told her she was a troublemaker. So there's no way that she would have been able to put up with their rules. Anyway, I was, the day that I started school, grade 9, I was 13 years old. So I believe this must have been grade 10. So I was 14. And, I decided that I was going to wear neon pink shoelaces. I think it was a pink and a green, and they were like intertwined, because that's what you did back then. But I just remember the neon pink because that's what she commented on. And I was walking in the hallway, and Sister Rose came, and I held the door open for her. And she didn't say thank you or anything. Who cares? Whatever. But, that's how I was brought up. So, of course, I said, you're welcome. And she whipped her head around like she was some possessed thing. And she looked me up and down, and she said, you aren't allowed to wear pink shoelaces. And I said, where does it say that in the rule books? Oh, Christ almighty. I'm sure there was smoke coming out of her ears. to the office. I said, for what? Insubordination. Oh, fuck me sideways. Really? Okay, fine. At this point, I'm like, I don't care. So I go to the office, and they again ask me, what is the problem? Because I was always sent to the office just for stupid shit. And I said, I'm wearing pink laces. And the secretary goes, pardon? I said, I'm wearing pink shoelaces, and apparently that's not in the rule books. So she pulls out the rule books. And by this point, I have like a rapport with the secretary because I'm always there. She says, it doesn't say anything anywhere about the shoelaces. It says we have to wear black shoes. I'm like, exactly, and I'm wearing black shoes. So Sister Rose comes steaming in there, and she says to the secretary, I can't remember her name, you have to call Monica's mom and tell her, or her parents, whatever she said. I think she just said her mom. And tell her that Monica has to go home for the day. And the secretary was like, but why? She said, because she's not wearing her proper uniform. The secretary obviously is going to go along with what the principal is saying, but she was pissed off. And she kind of did this, like, wink at me, and she said, Sister Rose, I'm sorry to say that there's nothing in the rule book about shoelaces. And she said, well, there should be. And the secretary was like, yes, there should be, but there isn't. So the secretary would not call my mother. Well, Sister Rose took me in her office, and she called my mother. Friends, I get my feistiness from my mother. Okay? My mother was a fireball, man. Don't fuck with Mama Bear. So they call my mom at work. And of course, when you get a call at work, you're automatically thinking that there's something wrong. Really badly wrong. Because your child, me, who is a straight A student, by the way. Straight A student. Total nerd. Quiet as hell in school. Meticulously neat with my books and with my work. Never late with an assignment. Always early for school because I hate being late for anything, as you know. They call my mom. My mom answers the phone. Well, you know, they go through the powers that be and ask for her. So, my mom gets on the phone. And Sister Rose says, we have your daughter Monica in the office, and she is not in proper uniform. Now, mind you, my mom leaves way before I even leave for school. She has to leave for work at like some insane hour of 4 o'clock in the morning, so she doesn't see me until dinner time. So she's not knowing what I'm wearing. So she's like, how is she not wearing her uniform? And Sister Rose says she's wearing pink shoelaces, and my mom's like, pink shoelaces? How is that not uniform? My mom is amazing. Okay, was amazing because she's not here anymore, as you know. And she would stick up for us to the nth degree, okay? And Sister Rose says, well, they should be black. And my mom, I swear to God, without even missing a beat, says, is that in the rule book? And I could hear her, right? Because she didn't have her on the, like, headset. She had her on speakerphone. And I started laughing. And Sister Rose gave me a stern look. And I don't give a shit. So Sister Rose says, no, it's not in the rule book. It says that you have to wear black shoes. And my mom, is she wearing black shoes? Sister Rose says yes. And she said, so what's the problem? So then, of course, it made it worse, right? Sister Rose is now not just fuming. I'm sure there was smoke billowing in her head. I'm suspending your daughter. And my mom's like, for what? For improper uniform wearing. And my mom was fucking livid. You're not sending her home. This is bullshit. And I'm going to be there tomorrow morning with you and blah, 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 blah. So fine, whatever. She sends me home with a note saying that I'm not wearing uniform properly. And and then I took it out to the secretary. And the secretary added in little brackets, wearing pink shoelaces, all the rest of the uniform is proper. So fine, I go home. I'm like happy as shit because it's only first thing in the morning. And I have the rest of the day off. So I go home. I don't even know what the hell I did. Who cares? My mom comes home. She is so pissed. She's like, I took the day off work tomorrow. We're going to your school tomorrow. I'm like, okay. We walk into the office. My mom is so mad. And she said, what is your fucking problem? Like, my daughter is a straight A student, doesn't cause any trouble in this god-awful school, and you pick on her because of her fucking shoelaces? And Sister Rose, well, we see where she gets her attitude from. And she's like, you're damn right. And she's like, this is bullshit. And she said, so that day I went in fucking bright colors, odd socks. I think I was even wearing odd shoes. Because fuck you, I'm not at school that day. I am not signed in. I can wear whatever the fuck I want. And she said, and you suspended her for that? She said, okay, well, we're leaving the school. And that was it. I never went back. I started, I think 3 days later at Danforth Tech. That's my story today, friends. I just thought you guys would have loved my mom. She was the most beautiful person with the most amazing personality. Feisty as hell. And a laugh. Like, I love my laugh, okay? I'm not going to lie. Like, I really do like my laugh. I think it's really cool. My mom had the most beautiful laugh. It was so contagious and infectious. And you could not laugh if you heard her laugh. It would automatically make you laugh. She was so beautiful. And her singing voice was just, wow. It would blow your mind. She used to sing this song called Quand le soleil dit bonjour en montagne. So when the sun says hello to the mountains. If you ever want to look that song up. And the person who's singing it on, like, it's on YouTube. She's 13 years old at that time, and her voice will blow you away. Anyway, my mom would sing that song, and I swear to God, grown men would be shedding tears at her voice. So beautiful, angelic voice. So that's one thing that I'm sad about, is that I don't have her recorded on a video with her voice, because I would love that so much. Anyway, friends, thank you for being here and my crazy story times. Hopefully they entertain you. I will see you tomorrow. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you know when I put up a new video. Have a great day. Love you.